What's up everybody, welcome to another Python 3 recipe. In today's video we're going to talk about sorting in Python, the sort method versus the sorted function. So if you're familiar with Python, if you've used Python for a while, you may have seen a couple of times people use sorted or sort interchangeably, but in this video we're going to see why it matters which one to choose. The choice you make matters. So be it the sort method or the sorted function, it's much better to choose very carefully which one to use. So for that matter, let's consider our very old website of movie reviews, where we have for each movie a review, and we have a list of reviews, and we want to sort them in Python and see which one is what is the best review and what is the worst review. And for that we can use let's say we want to start first with the sorted. Of course we can. So this line here, we say we instruct Python to sort the reviews using the sorted function, and it will return the sorted reviews. And as you can see here, what is being printed here means that our original review was not modified, as you can see here from this and this, and as you can also see from the ID. So it's still the same ID. So after the sorted function does his job, the reviews, the original list, is still unchanged, but the sorted function has returned a new list with the new reviews, which are now sorted, which is a different Python object in memory, and with the reviews sorted in ascending order by default. So here are the reviews sorted. Also, it's important to note that the sorted function also works for immutable types. So here we are trying to sort a string which is an immutable type. What happens if we run this snippet? Well, we have our strings which are now sorted, and the return is a list of sorted strings. But be careful, because the sorted function, even though it takes regardless immutable or mutable types, it always returns a list. So be careful in the event that you want your output to be the same as the initial output as the initial input. You may want to convert and cast it back to the original type of the type of the original input, in this case a string. So that's what we are doing here. So just to let you know, the sorted function works both for mutable and immutable type. What about sorting in reverse order? So far we said that the sorted function works, but by default it's sort in ascending order. What about sorting in reverse order? Well, for that you just specify the flag reverse to true, which is of course by default set to false. And in that case, as you can see here, we have our sorted letters in reverse order. Now, this is about the sorted, built-in sorted function. What about the sort method? Well, the sort method, one thing to say about it is that it works in place. What it means is that it will actually modify the original object that you're applying the method to, in this case the reviews list. And as you can see here, we have originally, so far when using the sorted function, the reviews list wasn't changed, but now as soon as we apply the sort method, the reviews list is now changed, and is the list of reviews in sorted ascending order. And as you can see, it's in place because this ID is the same we had here, is the same we had initially here as well, which means that the operation, the sort method, has done his job in place. And unlike one other difference with the sorted method is that the sorted method returns a list, but here the sort does the job in place and returns nothing. That's why you have this condition here, is known is true, as you can see here. And finally, similarly as the sorted method, as the sorted function, the sort method also takes the reverse flag and can enables you to sort your mutable sequence in place and in reverse order. So to sum up this video, when to use sort and when to use sorted. Well, if your type is immutable, if your sequence is immutable, you have only one choice. You can only use sorted because you cannot apply the sort method to something that is immutable. So this is one thing. If your type is mutable, then you have to be careful. If you want your type, your sequence to be changed in place and sorted, then your best option is to use the sort method. But if you want to sort but still keep the original copy of your sequence, of your mutable sequence, then you better go for sorted, because sorted leaves your original sequence unchanged. So these are the differences, the pros and cons of these two methods when it comes to mutable objects. So the choice matters. The choice of sort versus sorted matters. And with that, we are at the end of this recipe. Hopefully you learned something new. If the case, please give it a thumbs up, and feel free to ask any question in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to answer all of them. And as always, you can find the code for this in the description of the video. And see you later. Be sure to subscribe for next videos. Ciao.